Welcome back. With me right now is Jill Boltinghouse. Did I pronounce that right?
Absolutely.
Nice to have you here today.
Oh, thanks
nice
so
to
much.
meet you. Have not met you before.
Yeah.
And you are the co-founder, and I'm going to hope I get this right. There's two companies, right? Pacific Solstice Behavior Health.
Right.
And then there's also Strength and Support,
That's
which is
right.
sort of like a sister company. Am I
So
right?
basically, my partner, Dr. Fewsmith, and I created Strength and Support in 2012. And Strength and Support does free and low-fee behavioral health services, which is mental health and substance abuse services for the military community.
Right.
So anybody who's military connected can get services there right here in Laguna Hills. And we created 3 pillars of program, a holistic approach. And because of that, we also created Pacific Solstice for the non-military community. And Pacific Solstice can bill most insurance companies. We do primary mental health and substance abuse, just like Strength and Support.
Okay, and of course, we're going to get to the event that's happening in just tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we often hear, sadly, you know, a lot of the military that come back, and you know, this certainly was brought forward during the Vietnam era more so than anything else, and now we find out it, you know, it goes back even further, obviously. But they come back and for various reasons have some struggles. And it's something that a lot of times they don't know where to turn to.
Right, exactly. And that's one thing that I am going to talk tomorrow at the event as well, is specifically about this opiate epidemic that's going on, is that most veterans post 9/11 come back with back pain. And it's from carrying 150-pound packs on their back. And the VA fueled this opiate epidemic because they received hundreds of thousands of dollars from pharmaceutical companies to prescribe these drugs for that pain, and that's not what these drugs were originally you know, created for. They're good for cancer patients, short-term pain, but not this type of long-term chronic pain for these young men and women. And so yeah, Strength and Support plus our event tomorrow will help people understand the issues at hand. It'll be very, very educational, but also the other piece will be about getting the community the services they need, whether they're military or non-military.
Yeah, and this is taking place at Laguna Hills Community Center. I think everyone knows where that's at.
Yeah.
It's right down the road on the corner of Alicia and right by the high school over there.
Right.
But this is really kind of encompassing everything, although opioids is the main thing, but just the addiction epidemic in general.
Absolutely. This is in response to the opiate epidemic. Our President Trump called it a national crisis, rightfully so, recently, and this is our response to it. You know, the event is called Problems and Solutions. So a lot of people are aware of the problems in your community. One reason that we really wanted to reach out to the Laguna Woods community is because we receive a lot of calls from the family members.
Yeah.
You know, they have young, mid-aged children who are the #1 hard hit by this epidemic. It's the 50 and unders who are most likely to have an opiate overdose and die. I know there's also a problem in Laguna Woods with the senior as well, no doubt. But it's really the family members that suffer. When you're so deep in the addiction, you're not able to reach out for help. It's typically your family that's reaching out for the help. And what we know the solution to this epidemic is readily available services. And what we noticed at Pacific Solstice is people call and they really didn't know where to even begin. And it takes a lot of courage and strength to reach out on the phone and call somebody. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to create an event that was free. We wanted to encourage people to come by offering some free refreshments. And we wanted it to be very educational, but again, have different agencies, not only Pacific Solstice Behavioral Health, not only Strength and Support. We have the Solstice Foundation, we have D.D. Hirsch, we have Orange County Healthcare Agency. There's going to be a lot of nonprofits there.
There's a lot there,
to give the services and the information that, you know, really our Southern California community needs.
I think that's really important. And we have about a minute left. Tell me about your guest speaker. Papa Jim Noel?
Oh, okay. So there is a very, very famous band in Southern California called Sublime. And it may not be so well known to the 16 above community, but for the mid to younger population, Sublime is a very, very important band. And tragically, the lead singer overdosed from heroin in his mid-20s.
Okay.
And his father is very, very passionate and very, very gracious to be able to come in and talk about losing his son. And I think that'll be meaningful for our viewers who have these children that they're worried about as well.
Yeah,
so
you bring up a very good point. And again, this is happening tomorrow, November 30th at Laguna Hills Community Center. Now it goes from 3 in the afternoon until 8 in the evening, so that means people can kind of drop in.
Absolutely. We want it to be, again, available. We want to encourage people to come, squeeze in a half hour, come in, get educated, and if you need the resources, tap into them.
Yeah, all kinds of people are going to be there you can talk to, resources and services. And again, as Jill said, a lot of people are involved with this, not just your two companies, but the Orange County Health Care Agency and Jewish Addiction Center and all Second Harvest Food Bank.
Yeah.
So
There'll
really
be a lot.
good.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good to have you on.
Thank you
and
so much.
You know this is you mentioned President Trump. Well, you know how bad this epidemic is when both Bernie Sanders and President Trump agree on this together. It's the only thing they probably agree on together. But
it's not a political issue. It's a medical issue.
Yeah. Jill, nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again. You take care, and we'll be right back.